you mentioned someone's name and we were reeling off players that Pepe is better than.
Yeah.
We said Jadon Sancho, we said Anthony, Kai Havertz, you mentioned as well. And it was brought up earlier this week that Kai Havertz or Arsenal are in for shock move. 70 million was the number being bandied around.
Yeah.
Kai Havertz to leave Chelsea and possibly Arsenal were interested.
Yeah.
Now, before I shouted and overreacted, I said, why would Arsenal be going after Kai Havertz? He's definitely not coming to take Odegaard's position.
Yeah.
Can he play deeper than that? Questionable. Chelsea, I know, have pretty much used him, at least in the last year, as a striker. Now, I thought about it and I said, okay, he kind of fulfills that false nine striker thing that Arsenal are doing right now with Jesus and with Trossard. He does tend to use his head a lot. I don't know if he's scoring headers or not, but I always see him jumping for the ball as he catches. Like, are they seeing him as a striking option? Like, what do you think is this all phony, firstly, or do you think Arsenal are truly in for him because of those qualities he has?
I think it's smoke and mirrors. I think this is Chelsea trying to drum up interest in some of their players because they have to sell, you know, and they're I think the only player that maybe been reported that's leaving is Kante so far, and they've got hella players to get rid of, and players and teams, if I was teams, would know, you just wait out Chelsea. We haven't got to be in any rush if we don't like the price, because you've got FFP regulations, you've spent 600 mil, you know what I mean? We just wait you out and then get the price down. If I was to look at it from a point of view where I'm like, maybe this is something real, maybe the upfront thing is the only thing I can see. I can't see him adding much else to our winger situation. The left 8 role, I don't see it. You know, I don't think I've seen him play that for Chelsea. Yeah, he's a bit more rangy. He's a bit taller. He's tallish, I guess, you know. But I don't see it. And to be honest, I've never seen it since he's come to the Prem. You know, I don't know. Did he come from Leverkusen or somewhere in Germany? Anyway? I think it was Leverkusen. But since then, I know that he was banging like 20 goals a season. Kind of reminded me of, what's his name? Anderson from United, when he was banging goals in Portugal, and then he come to Prem and just like the role changed, and then he just kind of lost his stride. And I guess maybe talk about lesser leagues in a sense, if I'm being honest. But I don't see where he fits into our team. I don't see what he brings other than a name that sounds like it's someone who will be able to do something. But yeah, I don't know if maybe he could play our football. Again, from what I've seen of him, he just doesn't wow me. I think the most exciting thing about him is that he's only 24. Honestly,
I didn't know that, to be fair. I thought he was a bit older. I thought maybe like 26 or 27.
This is what I'm saying. Like, the fact that he's only 24, it's like his age is perfect in terms of, you know. But yeah, I don't see it with him. I just think there's better options. I mean, especially even if Chelsea want to offload players, they're not selling him to us for the cheap. Like we've spoken about, bring the Dag Mitrovic, you know, bring Tony in January. You know, there's better options who have been doing it better than him in the Prem. So I'm not having a bubble of it, mate. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, as a striker, I definitely, and I know you said as well, we definitely want a different type of striker. Yeah. Like if we had Havertz, Jesus and Trossard, it's still similar, like they're all similar.
Yeah,
in a way, like we need a different type of striker at this point. If this deal had popped up, like Arsenal have made a bid, and Chelsea were looking more in the range of 30 mil, and Arsenal bid 20 mil, and like they were open to doing that deal at 20 million pound, would you be any more enthused and think, okay, like, good player, we should probably grab him for 20 mil to play up front as an option?
No, I mean, I'd be enthused if I was from the accounting department, because I'd be like, you know what, we could keep him and maybe shift him for 30, 35 and make a bit of profit on the back end. Past that, I just don't think he's going to add much. I don't see where where he could be like, oh, I think he could add this to our game. Again, there may be Chelsea fans who might be able to speak more highly of him. I know he did score the goal in the Champions League final. You know, clearly there is a player there, but I can't see it, or I don't want to see it, or I just don't think he's that different, or he's not good in his own right in an area, where even when you compare like maybe Jesus and Eddie, and you can say maybe Eddie's more like fox in the box, and even though we can say that maybe in all roundness Jesus is a better player, there's a quality that Eddie has that can be used for certain moments, other than using his head again. And he's not like he's 6'4", bruv. He's you know what I mean. I think maybe he looks like he's 6 foot, maybe 6'1" at a push. I'm not seeing something crazy, but I don't know if he was even their top scorer. Maybe not. I don't know, but it's not like he
goals last season.
Bro,
for so long, like earlier this year in 2023, that is, they went without scoring a goal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't really know what them man are on in Chelsea. Like to shift, like I can't remember how much they paid for him, but 70 million. Like after this season he's just had,
bro.
Like give it a break. Like he ain't the one like that. I mean, I would rather I'll be more enthused if they said, "Oh, that was the cost of Lukaku." And Arsenal were interested in him, 70 million. I'll be like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
I wouldn't mind
not
that.
I'm his biggest fan right now, anyway.
Yeah,
like he's had better days in my opinion, but I would be more understanding of and more open to it. But Havertz, stay at Chelsea or find another mug, mate.
Trust me, bro. Just quickly, I quickly just got up his stats. This is Wikipedia, so again, accuracy I don't know, but he's been at Chelsea for 3 seasons now. He has played somehow 139 games, which is quite a lot. First season, 45 games. This is all comps, 9 goals. Second season, 47 games, 14 goals. And this season, 47 games, 9 goals. He hasn't broken 10 Prem goals. The closest he got was 8.
He's not a leng man.
He's like, again, and I mean, it looks like Chelsea signed him off the back of like 1.5 good seasons. I mean, he's at Leverkusen, 18-19, 34. This is league appearances, 34 games, 17 goals, and then the following season, 30 games, 12 goals.
He was a wonder kid.
Yeah.
But he's come to Chelsea, and maybe through Chelsea's own deficiencies and lack of direction, especially in the last 1.5, 2 seasons, where they've really started implementing him as a striker. He's not like a prolific goal scorer for them to continue persisting with him up front. Not a prolific goal scorer for them to try and shot him to anybody for 70 million.
I was surprised to hear Madrid were involved. I was like, really? Maybe, I don't know. Again, it's just even, we spoke about just before about, how it's not all about stats, but even his style of play doesn't excite me. It doesn't make me think, there's a player there, I'm trying to think back to like the World Cup and stuff. Was he even starting for Germany? Like, I want to say maybe in the Euros, but
I remember a couple off the bench appearances. He's not the one for us. Like I said earlier, Chelsea need to find another mug. It's not us.
Word.